We're here in the Power TV garage on a beautiful Saturday to take our Trailblazer SS behind us, owned by Eric Schumacher, who's our camera guy. It's an awesome ride, makes about 400 horsepower stock, but he's looking for more. Guys from Cook's Headers here provided us with a set of long tube headers. Also, Corsa Exhaust, who works very closely with Cook's, provided us with one of their touring exhaust systems. We're going to put this on, we're going to try and pick up some horsepower and also, more importantly, maybe even make the truck sound a little better. All right, let's get on with the install. We're just working on removing some of the stuff right now in the engine compartment. Before we get ready to drop the headers out and put the cooks in, we got to pull the air intake off, the intake tube, the filter, accessory here on the air conditioning side, and then we're going to pull the plug wires. Bobby's working on unbolting the headers right now, the stock exhaust manifolds. So really it takes about 45 minutes to prep the top side.
What we found especially helpful in removing the exhaust manifolds, especially the one on the passenger side, is to remove them from the bottom, the bolts. So we brought the vehicle up on the lift, took the wheel off, and now we have plenty of access to the bolts.
We're just finishing the removal of stock system here. We've got the headers unbolted, but the Y pipe's got to come out. To do that, we've got to remove this transmission cross member here. So we've got it all unbolted. And just have to pull the bolts out, and we will be ready to drop the Y pipe. Got it?
Now it's time to remove the front cross member so we can have additional clearance to slide our headers up and bolt them against the engine block. To do that, we're going to remove the 4 bolts on the bottom and 6 in the channel. Now it's time for the motor mounts. Quick and easy. 4 bolts, 2 on each side, 15 millimeter, and then we'll be able to lift it from the bottom 2 inches to give us that clearance.
Let's talk about some of the technical details of the Cook's headers we're going to put on. These are a 1 7/8 full stainless steel tube design for the Trailblazer SS. Cook's makes some beautiful stuff. Got an awesome merge collector here in the end of it. Cook's offers 2 different style headers for these cars. They got a 1 3/4 and a 1 7/8. Also comes with a new Y pipe, which is what you are looking at right here. The Y pipe also comes with catalytic converters, and Cook's offer this setup complete with the cats as well as without the cats. This is kind of one of those awkward situations where you have someone actually working on the top as well as someone working on the bottom. So the 2-post lift really isn't helping us too much. We had to unbolt the tranny cross member so we could kind of shift the engine back and forth. So we shifted the engine toward the driver's side. We've got the passenger side header in. We're going to move over to the other side right now. It just so happens that the Cook's headers go in opposite directions on this Trailblazer. We put it in from the top on the passenger side, but on the driver's side it's easiest to snake it in and up from the bottom. So. All right, so we got the headers all in, and next thing we're about to put the Y pipe. Just following Cook's instructions tell us to go ahead and put the O2 sensor into the passenger side Y pipe. It's very difficult to access once it gets in the car, so we're going to go ahead and put the O2 sensor in there before we bolt it up. All right, let's talk about some of the technical details of the Corsa exhaust that we're going to install on the Trailblazer SS. It's a single 3-inch system. You can see you've got 1 single exhaust pipe and 1 muffler. The nice thing about the Corsa system, it's got a real nice polished tip, stainless steel, all mandrel bent, which is standard in most exhausts of this level, but one thing that they specifically focus on is their muffler technology. They call it the no drone zone. Corsa uses a straight-through design. You can see it goes all the way straight through, but there's quite a bit of technology and engineering actually in the Corsa muffler. The way it's designed and engineered, they claim that under wide open throttle you get a really nice throaty roar, but under idle and cruising conditions you really have very little drone, and it's kind of a subdued feel. I'm going to work here on the cat back while BJ's finishing bolting up the O2 sensors and the cook header. We're going to go ahead and put the muffler setup in the tailpipe and the intermediary pipe right here. Just working on snaking the 3-inch Corsa tailpipe and this beautiful tip. into position. All that's left is the muffler, so we'll grab the muffler and we should be done with the catback.
Also, to complete our upgrades, we're going to install Granatelli spark plug wires. These are very professional wires designed for the long tube headers. They have a 45-degree boot, which can withstand 500 degrees, and the sleeving will withstand 1200 degrees. Very superior product, and highly recommended anytime you change your headers. Fly pipe tightened up, as well as a clamp. Next one is a big flange that bolts to the muffler. Also, we're shooting for 45 foot-pounds and a clamp just in front of the muffler. Let's get it done. All right, we've got our professional high-performance part put together. If we want to get this thing back down on the ground, bolt the wheels on, drive it around, run it through a heat cycle, heat out all these components that we've just installed up, then set it and let them cool down. We'll give them another torque, and then we'll throw it on the dyno and check out what the numbers are.
Once we got the Trailblazer fired up, you could hear a major sound difference with the Cook's long tube headers and the Corsa catback. But what impressed us the most were these dynojet numbers. We picked up 22 horsepower and a little over 10 foot-pounds of torque. That put our total at 343 horsepower and 339 foot-pounds of torque. Our only changes were the Cook's long tubes, the Corsa catback, and a mild tune-up from HP Tuners. With the 1 3/4 header, we could have made up to about an extra 8 horsepower and 10 foot-pounds of torque. Instead, we went with a 1 7/8. We know we gave up a little bit naturally aspirated, but when the nitrous comes on, the bigger header is going to help us. So stay tuned, as we're going to be bringing you even more videos on our Trailblazer SS on Power TV.